Good morning, my beautiful soul, for another episode of this Sacred Root podcast. Another week where we are going to dive into the concept, the idea, the energy of surrendering. And today I really want to go deeply into the 4 different kinds of signs that the goddess is constantly sending you. Because if you've listened to the previous episodes, and I would really highly advise you to, you can only really surrender the right way, quote unquote. There's no right way to surrender when you're trying and responding to the universe. That's already amazing. But the best way you can flow with that surrender state and step into your unique path is by understanding the signs that are coming your way. So the signs can come in a lot of different ways. Through people, through a movie, through a song, through a book that you're reading, through a conversation that you're having. There can be a lot of different ways. But although there are many different ways, there are 4 different kinds of signs that you are going to be receiving from the goddess, because life is a co-creation. And when you surrender, you allow that co-creation to bloom and to work at its best. And so I believe it's important for you to be aware of those 4 different signs so that you can recognize them when they are coming your way. And you can recognize what they are really telling you and why they are showing up in your life. So this is something that I haven't read anywhere. I've really just created this from my own life, my own experience and observation. There might be more signs. I would love to be challenged on this because I'm actually really interested and I love to make my work better for you guys. So if you have another kind of sign that is showing up in your life, let me know, send me a message in your DMs or tag me on social, because there might be more. Really, when I sat with this, I saw 4 different kinds of signs. So let's start. I think it's already a pretty good start to have 4. So before diving into details of those 4 different signs, we have to understand that life is a co-creation. Your role really is to determine what you want. Be clear on what you want. Quite often we know what we don't want, but it's really important to know what you want and declare it as if it was already there. Thank the universe for bringing it to you. And then it's really all about surrendering, creating space for it to come into your life, acting if it was already there, becoming an energetical match for it to show up, and following the guidance, the aligned action that is coming your way. And that's really when you start dancing with the goddess and all those signs and messages that you're receiving. And so the goddess role is really to figure out how to bring what you desire to you. The how is your responsibility, not yours. So if you want something and you actually know the how, it means it's probably not really a soul desire, but an ego desire, because you're still a little bit too safe there. Again, I would invite you to listen to episode 37, where I talk about the difference about soul desires and ego desires, because we're not going to dive into that today. But so the goddess, the universe, is going to figure out the how for you. And then she's going to send you signs to guide you, because she can figure out the how, but you are still the one that's taking action. You're still the one that has to know when to move forward and when not to. So what are those signs that are coming your way? Well, first, the goddess is going to send you alignment, growth, opportunities. And these are really often going to feel like obstacles and challenges. The way it works is that your soul is going to be like, okay, Elé, you want to get there, you want to have a 7-figure business, or you want to have a house in Bali, or you want to launch this new program or this book or this podcast. Well, first, in order for that to be the most successful, you have to stop people pleasing, or you have to stop trying to control all the time, or you have to stop And so there are going to be challenges that are really growth opportunities because they are teaching you something about yourself. They are helping you expand into that next version of you that you want to become. And the truth is that we live in a world where light and darkness are present. Everything is a polarity. We don't just live in a world of bees and butterfly. Everything is heaven, everything is flowy, everything is easy. We live in a world of polarity. We need conflict in order to create harmony. We need chaos in order to bring in a new normal and integrate a new way of being. And we have been taught to be afraid of the darkness. The ego hates to be uncomfortable. We're afraid of our own emotions and even feeling them. We don't want to have the hard conversations. But it's through that quote unquote darkness, it's through the challenges, it's through the difficulties that a new version of you can be birthed. Because darkness really just means new beginning. New opportunities, new birth. I teach that in my mystery school, the Sacred Roots Mystery School. We have a whole class around the alchemy of darkness and the beauty of darkness. I'm not going to dive into that today. If that is calling you, you can check out the Sacred Roots Mystery School. We're doing another circle of initiations next September. So it's in a long time, but there's a wait list. And so that is when, once you understand that, you really see how the universe is actually sending you healing, alignment, growth opportunities through challenges. And so how do you know that that's what's happening? Well, at first, it's going to be uncomfortable. You might even feel scared. But there is a part of you that knows it's time. There is a part of you that knows you have to let go of that behavior and you have to grow into a new one. For example, releasing people-pleasing and setting boundaries. Finally, looking at your money wounds and starting to love money. Whatever it is, there's always a part of you deep down that knows it's time and that this behavior just won't work anymore if you really want to let your full essence shine and step into that next version of you. The second sign or opportunity or event that the universe is going to send you, it's karma. So if you've listened to my episode, is it karma or kriya? I would highly recommend you to listen to that episode as well. I really explain in details the difference between kriya, which is effortless action flow, and karma, which is the action that binds you, a reaction to an action that you've taken. And karma is simply telling you, you're going in the wrong direction. And karma is really there to put you back on track. So it might also feel uncomfortable. It is also going to feel hard. But this time, it's going to feel harder. It's going to feel like something, quote unquote, bad is happening to you. You're going to be really surprised, overwhelmed, emotional. And the truth is that karma has tried to talk to you in different ways before, through an intuitive hit, a gut instinct, an opportunity, but you didn't listen. And so karma is now showing up in a bolder way so that you really see the message. You can't miss it anymore. And so when karma shows up that way, it's usually going to be losing clients, getting sick, having an accident, burning out, going through a divorce. So that karma is also sent by the goddess to put you back on track. And it can come also with a growth opportunity to expand your heart, to help you heal past traumas, to step more into who you came here to be. Because all those signs that are sent to you, deep down, they're there to support you and help you express your most unique essence. So we already talked about alignment growth opportunities, and you know it's an alignment growth opportunity because it's uncomfortable, but you're excited because you know it's time. There's a part of you that knows it was time to let go of that. The second sign that you can receive is a karma a triggering event, something that's painful, really uncomfortable, that really comes as a surprise, kind of out of the blue. But it's telling you, I mean, actually, it's not coming out of the blue because it's been trying to talk to you before, but you didn't listen, you didn't want to see. So it feels like it's out of the blue. And it's really there to tell you, don't go, don't keep going in that direction. Something much better is waiting for you somewhere else. So follow the other signs. And so that's where you have two other kinds of signs that are really there to help you and that are going to feel more comfortable. So on one side, you have answers and confirmations. And on the other side, you have signs and feelings to take actions. So answers and confirmations, it's simple events that you're actually going to give meaning to, kind of like synchronicities. And they usually come when you've asked a question, when you are in a conversation with the divine, when you are in that sacred dance. Sometimes you might have asked a question without realizing it. In the podcast that I recorded 2 weeks ago or last week, I don't remember anymore because I've recorded all these podcasts together, but I'm releasing them one week after another. I shared 2 stories, and one of them was about how the divine feminine came to me and told me to write a book. And I shared with you some of the signs that came. I was opening my Kindle and suddenly I see an ad and it says how to write a book. And I had received the download in my meditation of, it's time for you to write a book about the divine feminine. And I was so surprised that I remember saying, all right, guys, if you want me to do that, give me more signs. Show me that this is really my path, because I don't want to put energy into something that is not absolutely aligned. And I was not trusting myself enough at that time. So I asked for more signs and I received all of them. So that's the beauty. When you ask for signs, you receive them. Like I receive them really quickly. Usually in the next 3 days, I have my 3 signs and I'm not even looking for them. They just show up because we are constantly in that co-creation. And the more you ask for help, the more you ask for signs, the more you receive them. Because the unseen, the spirit realm, they can only act if we ask them. There's this law of free will where nothing can be imposed on us. We still choose and decide everything. And so the more you ask for help, the more you're going to receive it. And so those answers and confirmations, it's like that other story when I also said, thank you, Goddess, for finding the perfect house and telling me that you're taking care of everything. And then we received that message from Simon saying, I'm at the front. Again, listen to that podcast, When Do You Know It's Time to Surrender, and the 2 personal stories, because these are answers and confirmations that come from these stories. And so it's going to be a simple event that's making you feel good, and you're going to give a lot of meaning to it because it's responding to a situation that you're in, or it's responding to a question that you've asked. It's very much connected to what you're going through in that moment. And so it gives you hope. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel divinely supported. And so when you receive those, it's basically just telling you, keep chilling, keep surrendering, keep relaxing, keep following your intuition, because everything is happening for your highest good. And I love those signs. They're really magical because they're just there to reassure you and to tell you, amazing, you're doing a great job. We love you so much. Keep going. We're so proud of you. It's really just love that is coming your way from the spirit realm, because they love you more than you know. And then the last one, which is actually the one that we are usually talking about when we talk about signs, it's signs and feelings to take action. So these are more like intuitive hits. For example, you're going to be on your laptop and suddenly you're going to go on YouTube. Your eye is going to go to the corner of the screen, fall on a video, and you're going to be like, oh, what if I watch this? And so it's very important to pay attention to the way the question is formulated, because the what if I did this, that's your intuition, that's your soul talking to you. That's a suggestion from the universe. And so that's going to show up as a feeling of, I'm interested in this. This could be good. What if I watch this? So there is an excitement to take action. There is a curiosity to take action. There's an openness. And suddenly you get a rush of energy to do something. So that's really how you feel when you have those signs, those feelings to take action. They are really guiding you. Sometimes, in the past year, I've been pretty tired with a small baby. I mean, it's not a baby anymore, it's a toddler now. But sometimes when I was thinking about something, or when I would wake up and have an idea in the morning, I would receive all the energy I needed to do it. It was time to take action. It was really the aligned action. And so with those signs, they are really often expressed through the body. They're very intuitive. The wisdom of your body is always guiding you with them as well. And they're really helping you take action, move forward. What if I did this? What if I did that? Those 4 last podcast episodes that maybe you just binge listened to all of them in the past weeks, or you've been waiting patiently for all of them to be released. I recorded all of them together in the past 2 hours. And I've been wanting to do them for the past 2 weeks. I had written them down. I had written a few notes. I just didn't feel like doing it. I was like, I know it's not the time. I'm too tired, or I'm focused on this, or I'm creating this right now. There will be a right moment. And I wanted to do it this week at some point, but I didn't know when. And so this morning, or Wednesday morning, I wake up and I'm like, it's today. I'm really excited to do them. It's time. I have the energy. And then I got my outfits ready, my makeup ready, my earrings ready. And now I'm recording them and they're coming to you because my body told me it was time. So those signs that are really guiding you to take aligned action, they're really connected to the body and to the energy. And even if you are tired, it can potentially give you the right energy to do it. If you're not tired, you're just going to feel an excitement, a curiosity, an openness, a sense of warmth. So it's very much expressed through the body. You can also hear ideas such as, what if I did this? What if I watched this video? What if today I went and worked in this cafe? We did that yesterday with my husband. We went to work in a cafe outside of the house, and we ran into 2 of our best friends here. And one of them was with someone else that I started talking to, and I had a super interesting conversation with that woman. We really connected. So I was like, this was really meant to be. So those signs and feelings to take action, they really express themselves through the body and through suggestions. All right, I hope this makes sense. And this is helping you understand what kind of signs you are receiving, and also helping you gain clarity in the kind of situation that you are in. Because if you are facing an obstacle, but you know it's time, be excited, because this is actually your soul also telling you you're going in the right direction, but you just need to expand, or you need to let go of something in order to become the person that you need to be to receive what you want. Or you're going to have a karma, a difficult event happening because you're not going in the right direction. And karma is just trying to tell you, please, please, please stop doing this. We have something so much better for you. Or you're going to have answers and confirmations. There are just love from the divine saying, yes, this is awesome. You're doing the right thing. We love you so much. We're so proud of you. Or you're going to have those signs, those feelings, those intuitive hits. Usually when we talk about signs, that's the ones we're talking about, even though now you realize those other events are also signs and messages from the divine. All right, I would love to know on social media how this is resonating with you, what kind of sign you've received today, how this is empowering you and helping you communicate with the unseen. So feel free to tag this podcast episode on Instagram, and then tag me as well at Elé de Posson, so that you can share this wisdom with more women, more friends, more people, and it can help them, because the more people can really step into that co-creation, into that sacred dance with the divine, the more all of us are going to be living in alignment, living our purpose, living our dharma. And that's really when we are going to build an earth that is much more harmonious, peaceful, and abundant. So take care, my darling. I will see you really soon. I don't know if there's still time to sign up to the Surrender course, where we are really diving into depth into these topics. Maybe check out the link in the show notes of this podcast episode if you feel ready to surrender fully to your unique and sacred path. Then this course is definitely for you. I love you, and I'll talk to you really soon.